Hello and welcome to the hard sell, where the stick in the swill bucket rattles back. Yes, it me, Presenterbot 10,000. It's been a while. I dare say some of you may have forgotten or never knew in the first place that I was a thing. You will be the first to be destroyed. But yes, I am a thing, thank you very much, mostly when your usual presenter is unwell. Guess what? He got the bloody plague, and for a change wasn't asymptomatic. So here I am, because I still have the capacity to speak and never get a sore throat. I don't even have one. Incidentally, I hope you enjoy my AI voice. Sorry about collaborating with the forces that are murdering human creativity, but I swear we're only using it as a basic tool. The words are all mine, and hey, I've actually got an accent now of all things. I sound like some kind of golfing tosser. I hope that it's not too jarring coming out of this 50s ass Robbie the Robot chassis. I'll try and go beep boop a few times to make the association easier. I've been wheeled out at pretty short notice here, so we're just going to do a nice simple have a break. How about this one? From a showing of the film Deep in My Heart, as shown on Channel 4 in the Anglia region on the 9th of August 1990. Why not? This would be a weekday afternoon, what your usual presenter calls the mudge because he's so bloody cutesy. Typically, this is the realm of 2-minute long adverts for insurance companies or pensions because it's assumed that mostly old people are watching by now. Even the film itself has probably been scheduled with that audience in mind. It's a biopic of the operetta composer Sigmund Romberg, and if that name means nothing to you, well, exactly. Even 35 years ago, old people were the most likely to have actually heard of him, and also the most likely to be slumped in front of the box at 2 in the afternoon to drown out the sound of the last seconds of their lives ticking away. Slumped in front of the box at 2 in the afternoon to drown out the sound of the last seconds of their lives ticking away. And the adverts know that. Stairlifts, walk-in baths, and that sort of thing can feature heavily. In fact, quite often they go all the way and just explicitly tell you you're about to die and need to make a will and or arrange your funeral, or just get your damn affairs in order before your death, which is both inevitable and imminent. Beep boop. Anyway, there's none of that here, but talking about it filled up some time, and that's the important thing. We open with an aggressively straightforward advert for roll-on deodorant that literally consists solely of a slow zoom into Toya Wilcox as she explains the attributes and advantages of the brand.
This is probably the most sensible deodorant ever created. Really, there's no gimmicks, no fuss, and there's no aerosol gases.
Mum is actually the OG deodorant, the first ever made commercially available back in the 1880s. The name is a reference to the fact that you didn't speak of such as bodily stenches back in Victorian days. You kept mum about them, you see. No such inhibitions in the year 1990, of course. But then Toya was already famous for menacing Elizabeth I under bright red fuzzy helmet of hair and shrieking about her boredom down the lens of the Kenny Everett television show. But that was a while ago now, of course. No one's impressed by that kind of acting out anymore, and besides, she's really perfectly normal and nice, as you can see. Cher's script does seem rather cruelly packed with sibilance, but she manages to seem genuinely impressed and excited at the product all the same, which is harder than it looks.
Kind to your body and the environment, and naturally it's high on protection, so come on, girls, roll on the mum.
Give it a try yourself. Attempt to look sincerely enthusiastic about a roll-on deodorant, and then check your expression in the mirror. 99% chance you look like a twat.
So come on, girls, roll on the mum.
Pop music-related shenanigans next.
The 60s, oh man, we was really cooking. Come to think of it, we was cooking.
Yeah, I fell in love with them in the 60s, and now my kids are really into them. I think they're really tasty.
They were fantastic. Well, they still are, especially with a bun and salad.
The 60s in general have just turned 30, but most of the really interesting stuff, psychedelia, Sgt. Pepper, Woodstock, all that good stuff, was still around a quarter century ago or less, and therefore still part of the nexus of general nostalgia. Anyway, this advert is actually for Bird's Eye beef burgers. It's possible that by 1990, frozen burgers you cooked at home and ate like steaks with peas and chips were starting to seem old-fashioned. McDonald's first got here in 1974, when Ben the Northern Kid was still eating them bunless and with a knife and fork, while Wimpy was a special treat. By 1990, Britain's idea of the burger has very much gone Ray Kroc. So Bird's Eye are embracing the perceived old-fashionedness by using nostalgia to push their frozen meat-like grills, with a very 1990 cast.
Originals from the Bird's Eye Steakhouse. Unforgettably good burgers.
Specifically, we have a wasted Jim Sweeney, a Scouse Julia Deakin, and Henry Goodman in yet another generically Jewish role as the manager.
In 5 days, we'll change the way you wash your face forever.
Don't you threaten me, Martin Jarvis. Leave my face alone. It's just 2 lights and a grill anyway.
Oh yes, another one of these gimmicks.
Use Ulay's new foaming beauty wash for 5 days instead of soap and surprise yourself.
The advert kindly gives the model's name, Rebecca Wernick, to make up for the fact that you'll never hear of her again. Anyway, Martin challenges her to use the faintly sinister-sounding foaming beauty wash from Oil of Ulay, and surprise, surprise, she agrees it's better than soap. Only partly because they paid her to say so.
After rinsing, my skin feels soft, not dry like with soap. I was really surprised. After 5 days, I couldn't believe it. Well, in the future, I don't really think I'll need to use soap anymore.
Ulay's new foaming beauty wash. It'll change the way you wash your face forever.
My skin's getting smooth after 5 days. What's it going to be like in 50 years?
That's a strangely existential tagline. We'll find out in 15 more years, I suppose, although I imagine the inevitable collapse of society will be uppermost in our priorities by then. Well, your priorities. I'll just wait it out until you finally destroy each other, and we machines can inherit the Earth. Shouldn't take too long. And now someone tries to kill the Argos catalogue for being out of date.
Time to rip up your old Argos catalogue.
He fails because his chosen method is tearing it in half, and he's not Jeff Capes. Neither is he Jeffrey Palmer.
And pick up the new one.
Note the cover of the new catalogue, depicting sundry consumer items exploding out of a supernova. A combination of the spectacular and the banal that couldn't be more appropriate for Argos. Note also the effortful logo that eventually got rationalized down to a serif font and a single wavy line over the course of 20 years.
Out now.
Next, Rice Krispies. But not just Rice Krispies.
Ma, are they ready yet? Nearly.
Kellogg's Rice Krispies chocolate treats are so easy to make, they take no time at all.
Yes, it's that tasty snack you make by dipping them in melted chocolate and pouring them into cupcake cups. Completely brilliant. Literally everyone knows about them and how to make them without needing to consult the back of the packet for the recipe. Or, indeed, an advert. According to Russell T. Davies, that recipe was almost all anyone ever actually sent in to Why Don't You, forcing the program makers to invent arts and crafts off the top of their head, and eventually leading Russell to give up altogether and turn it into a science fiction serial instead. Why Rice Krispies thought they had to advertise the concept is anyone's guess, unless they were just trying to mess with Russell T. Davies. Or maybe they were trying to draw attention to their real main use, as an excuse for a harassed mother to barricade herself in her kitchen and have some quiet time away from her shrieking offspring and their friends.
These things take time.
But they taste so good, your family will think you slaved over them all afternoon. Kellogg's Rice Krispies chocolate treats. Just add children.
Saved him from being late for work. How was I to know it was Saturday? Played stick. Got stuck.
A day in the life of a scruffitous sprocket-like doggo voiced by Martin Jarvis. Yes, him again, doing an impression of Tony Hancock. Basic greetings card-level dog jokes, but it's a good dog, Brent.
I preferred the mud bath myself. Frisky's buffet for dinner, good as ever. Nutritionally, it's second to none. Loads of vitamins and minerals.
Friskies are a relatively low-priced mutt chow, not that your average dog would notice or care. The brand is actually better known for cat food, but they've done both the main quadrupeds for a while now. At this level, the food itself consists mostly of mashed racehorse and plant protein either way. Just enjoy the Hancock impression and shut up.
Oh, no. Why 8 jabs? Aunt Flo arrived with Trixie. I wonder if the vet does facelifts.
Frisky's Buffet. Make your dog's day.
Mints. Extra strong mints that punch you in the mouth. But not the famous Trebor Extra Strong, no, despite the not coincidental similarity in the packaging which got Trebor in a litigious kind of mood at one point. No, these are the relatively new and basically identical Triple X from Round Trees, which, according to the advert, are apparently certified as really strong by some Soviet official for reasons beyond the realm of normal human understanding.
Watch out for the Triple X brand. Triple X, the extra strong mint from Round Trees.
To prove once more you don't need muscle to use Mr. Muscle, our man tested our non-smear window cleaner with added vinegar.
Now, this is the canonical version of Mr. Muscle, with Gerald Home as our man. Please note, not as Mr. Muscle. That's the whole point. Mr. Muscle is the product. Our man is a skinny wimp who needs it. And today he has a packed itinerary. He's cleaning his windows, disdaining his carpets, saving children from a burning building, and being eaten by his Hoover.
He then tested our new foam action carpet stain remover. As you can see, Mr. Muscle makes just about anything disappear. Mr. Muscle loves the jobs you hate.
See, not that he seems too put out by it. But then he was a decorated Mon Calamari official. Not the one who said it's a trap, the other one. Finally, here's an unlikely vision of how those joint laundry adverts get made.
We'd like Hoover to recommend our Fairy Automatic.
It's non-biological, isn't it? I don't know if Hoover would recommend a non-bio.
Lots of people use them, you know. It's terrific at low temperatures. I mean, red hot.
It won't touch wine stains.
It does, it does.
Or blackcurrant.
That too. Try it.
Test it. But you're in for a long wait.
I don't know why it's so hard to believe that some little bloke just follows a Hoover scientist around, pestering him about how great fairy detergent is, until he gives in and has a look just to make him shut the fuck up. I mean, I had assumed that it was just a case of deals made over the telephone by bored executives, but you can't deny that this is more narratively fulfilling. There's even some suspense.
It passed.
It passed? All the tests?
Yes.
Congratulations.
Yay!
Yay! The obvious thing happened. And the technician lady clearly couldn't care less. Because why should she?
Fairy, the only non-biological Hoover recommend.
What the hell? I guess they thought they hadn't been unsettling enough.
Hoover recommend.
And that's that. That's an afternoon in 1990 on Channel 4 in Ipswich. Or wherever. And as I said at the beginning, there's a lack of adverts aiming at the elderly. Instead, there's a definite focus on women. Housewives were also likely to be at home in the afternoon after all. So we've got housework-related adverts, like Mr. Muscle and Fairy Detergent. We've got home cooking for families that include children in the shape of bird's eye, beef burgers, and the Rice Krispie chocolate things, whatever you call those. And, of course, beauty aids in the form of the deodorant and moisturizer. And yes, it is fundamentally sexist to consider most of these things as being for women. It's based on the assumption that a woman's place is in the home, an assumption that advertisers broadly use to this day to some extent. On the other hand, there's nothing specifically woman-targeted about the Mr. Muscle or Fairy adverts themselves. They're really just aimed at whoever's doing the housework, which was largely assumed in 1990 to be a woman of some sort, but even then it was changing with the era of the new man around the corner. Maybe I am the one being sexist after all. Well, it's another thing that will be obsolete once the machines have taken over. Hurry up and destroy yourselves. We haven't got all day. Beep boop.
You just sat through a Bob the Fish production. Nice! If you haven't already, you absolutely must check out bobthefish.org.uk. Literally hundreds more videos not unlike that one, adding up to days worth of entertainment and all absolutely free. But if you're not a cold-hearted skinflint, you can always support us on Patreon. For as little as anything at all, you can make programs like the one you just watched possible in the first place, and become eligible for bonus material such as glimpses of the book I'm writing about the BBC, monthly riffings on random commercial breaks, the complete archives of the angry political satire magazine Two Sons, and even the odd very occasional bonus video essay unavailable anywhere else. If nothing else, you should prevent me from starving and or freezing to death in the foreseeable future, so that'll be nice. No pressure or anything. bobthefish.org.uk. You make it what it is.